Hey, most owners don't have a growth problem. They have a decision problem because they're not always choosing how to grow. They're just reacting to what's in front of them, to what's coming across their path. Before you grow again, there's one question that you need to be asking. So stick around. That's exactly what we're going to be talking about today.
This is the Franchise Pitfalls and Profit Show. Each week, we bring you the challenges and triumphs of being in the franchise development and consulting business. The things you need to make money faster. And now your host, one of the most successful franchise developers in North America, Don Shin.
Hey, welcome back to Franchise Pitfalls and Profits. This show is about the real mechanics of growth. It's about how to build the right way. It's how to avoid the pitfalls that those of us that have been around for a while know are there and know are coming. How to grow quietly businesses, but grow them the right way with the right architecture and systems that can handle the growth that you want to have. That you can scale with. So that's what Franchise Pitfalls and Profits is about, particularly in 2026. So over the last couple of episodes, we've walked through the different ways that you can grow a business. And today, I just want to slow down for a couple of minutes and talk a little bit differently and a little bit more specifically. Why? Because most owners, they don't struggle from lack of options. They're really struggling from too many options and really not enough clarity. Let's open another location. Let's go into a new geography. Let's add some services. Somebody asked us to do this, so we did it. Maybe that's where we should be spending more money and time on. Do more of what's already working in some way. Maybe look into franchising my business. All kinds of options, and all of them can work. And that's the problem. Nobody slows down. So I want to slow down because of the fact that everything can work. You don't want to default to what's in front of you and what looks like is easy to do. You want to go the route of the best options that you can. You don't want to go with what feels urgent. You don't want to go necessarily with just what feels familiar. You don't want to go just because someone said, hey, you ought to try this, and you put effort and time and money and resources into it. Because when you do those things, that's when your options to choose a path end. Again, it's not because any of these things that I said or that you're thinking are wrong, but you've not really made a strategic decision about what to do. Circumstances have just kind of taken over, and they make the choice for you. And that's not always the best choice for your business. So I think the question here really is, what does your business actually need next? Not what sounds exciting, not what's maybe trending, not what you just see somebody else doing and you think, hey, in order to keep up, we have to do that. What is your business as it exists today? What does it actually need? What is the best next step for you? So let's start to break this down. Let's make it more practical. If your issue is inconsistent results, if it's unclear processes, if it's the team is really dependent on you before they will move anything forward in the business, then growth does not solve any of these problems. Actually, growth is going to light these problems up. It's going to spread the problems further. If your issue is limited capacity, if your issue is strong demand, if your issue is you've got great relationships with customers and a great reputation in the marketplace, if your issue is your systems are pretty well defined and people operate them well, now growth makes sense. But if your issue is that you've plateaued with your current customers, then expanding what you offer might be the move, might be the right move. If your issue is that you want out of the day to day of your business, then the question probably is not growth, it's really structure. It is the architecture of your company. It's the systems you have in place. And to some extent, do you have a strong leadership team that will take ownership and operate the business with the culture and with your mindset for how the business should be operated? So let's go down the path here. What I've seen over and over again, and why I think many people miss this opportunity to make a choice about their growth and their next steps. Owners are not deliberately choosing a path, they kind of inherit one, or again, they kind of allow their circumstances to make the choice for them. Maybe a landlord comes to you, you've had great relationship for years, and they have another space. Maybe a broker brings you a deal that you hadn't thought about, and you take what you think is advantage of that opportunity. Maybe you've seen a piece of property and a realtor says, boy, that particular building would be great for you. Maybe a friend says, or a customer says, hey, you should franchise your model. Maybe a competitor sells to a franchise brand. So you do one of these things, and you are then growing, but you never made a deliberate strategic choice or decision of what you should do. And why does this matter? I think it matters because the path that you choose doesn't just impact your revenue. It is going to shape your role as the founder owner. It is going to impact your time. Maybe you're at a season in life or a stage in your business where you not have to come in every day and you're taking the kinds of vacations you've always wanted to take. So this growth decision now maybe is starting to suck up some of your time. This decision that you've kind of stumbled into and you're following has now added risk that you didn't anticipate. And it also potentially shapes, and this is really, really important, it's a spinoff of the time it's going to take. These decisions that you just kind of roll into are going to take up your next 3 to probably 5 years. And boy, that is not a small decision. Candidly, that's not the kind of decision that you just want to fall into. So after everything that we've covered in this series that I've been doing, here's what I would challenge you to do before you grow again or before you allow this momentum to go too far. I want you to pause long enough to answer some questions that most people skip. And that's where I want to go for the balance of our time together. So I think the biggest question and the real question is, what does your business actually need next? Not just what's available to me or what's in front of me. If you can answer that question honestly, you make a better decision than most people. And if this session has helped you see your business a little more clearly, that is ultimately my goal. I want to see you next time after you've started to ask yourself that question: what does my business actually need next? And not just take up what's in front of you right now. So we are short and sweet today. If you're getting value out of this series, please refer this series to other people, other colleagues, other friends, some of your key leadership on your team. And my goal is always that you see your business more clearly and you're able to deliberately and strategically make choices about your business. Hey, again, I'm Don Shin. This is the Franchise Pitfalls and Profits show. We want to help you see those pitfalls, know what direction to go, strategically talk about and think about the architecture of your systems for the future growth, because what got you where you are today is not going to get you where you want to go in this group. Again, subscribe if you like what you're hearing. Ask me questions if you've got them. Again, I'm Don Shin.